This is a 15-minute Pilates with stretching workout. We will use Pilates-based stretches for the whole body and also incorporate some core strengthening. Begin in child's pose. Just relax your breathing, lengthen your fingertips away from your body. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Work the hands over to one side. Draw your hip bones diagonally away from your fingertips. Breathe out into the stretch. Take the hands back through the centre to the other side. Pull the hips over the toes, opposite direction from the hands. Work back to the centre and come up onto all fours. We're going to curl the chin and the tailbone under, arch the spine, and then reverse. Take an inhale, draw up through your core, and exhale, reverse. Inhale, draw up, push the mat away from you, and exhale, reverse. Take another child's pose here. Lengthen the fingertips away, the armpits towards the mat, and your tailbone towards the feet. Breathe out as you deepen into your stretch. We're going to come up onto our feet and we're going to roll ourselves up. So slowly stack the spine on top of itself, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms overhead, and breathe out. Let's roll down again. One bone at a time, rolling towards the toes. Inhale and exhale. Stack the top of the body all the way up. Lengthen with a small back bend and roll forwards. Drawing in through your core as you slide forward and engaging your core as you come back up again. Inhale, little back bend and relax. Take your hands to your hips. We're going to take a lunge with a twist here. So taking the hands out in front, we're going to bend the knees and rotate, rotating from the core. Let's lower and twist to the opposite side and lift, lower, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You want to keep your spine really straight here so that you're twisting from the waist, getting as much rotation as you can. Using your arms to get a bigger stretch to the sides. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Really getting as much twist through the waist, keeping the spine straight. We're going to deepen the legs on the floor here now and take it into a lunge stretch. So taking the weight forward and the arms overhead, lean back slightly so that your lower hip is getting stretched towards the mat. Keep pressing the weight into the front leg. We're now going to straighten this front leg. Push your tailbone back behind you and your chest towards your knee. And just breathe out, edge into it a little bit deeper. Slowly come out of the position and swap the legs over. We're going to take our lunge with twist on this side. So hands out, let's lower and twist. You want to keep your front knee just tracking in line with your big toe so that your knee is protected here too. So we want to breathe out, inhale, breathe out, inhale. Keeping that spine nice and long and really twisting from your waist. Lower and twist. Good workout for the legs, getting that core twist and keeping your breathing under control. Breathe out, breathe in. Let's come back onto the knees, deepen this position, and pushing that back hip towards the mat. Arms are overhead as we push that hip forwards. And just breathing out, sinking a little bit lower. Let's straighten the front knee now. Push your tailbone back towards your toes and your chest over towards your knee. Just exhale Let the stretch work. Slowly come out. We're going to take ourselves into a roll back. So sitting up tall, gently work your way down towards the mat. Take your time. This is quite intense for your core as you work down here. Arms float overhead and lengthen out the legs long. We're going to breathe out, roll all the way up and over the toes. Roll, take your time. We're going to do that again. Let's roll back down one bit at a time. Arms float overhead. Inhale. Exhale, come forward using your core all the way up over the toes. Breathing out. Roll yourself slowly is the key on the way down. Inhale overhead and exhale, sit back up again. Reaching forwards. Rolling down using that breath out. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, curl up. Reaching forward, scooping your core in towards your spine here. Breathing out, relax the shoulders. Try and keep the legs on the floor. And breathing out. Remember to scoop your core in as you reach forwards. Sitting tall. We're just going to take the legs out wider this time for our saw-width rotation. So you want to sit tall through the spine with the arms out to the side. Rotate, reach, and lift. So we want to exhale, inhale, lengthen, and back. Trying to keep the legs flat on the floor, twist from the waist, lengthen over the leg. So we're breathing out, twist and reach. Inhale, back to the center. Breathing out, twist and reach. Scooping your core towards your spine as you do your reaching. Inhale, sit tall to the center. Exhale, reach. Inhale to the center. Try to stretch a little bit further with each one. Doesn't matter where you get to, but we want to try and go further each stage. Reaching down the side of the leg. Inhale back to center. Relax out your shoulders and bring the legs back to the center. We're going to sit tall and lengthen forwards, making sure you're scooping your stomach in towards your spine here. Breathe out and just try to go further. Relax into your stretch here. Slowly uncurl, and we're going to lie ourselves down. So with control, let's lower ourselves back to the mat and take a neutral spine position. So your lower back towards the mat, ensuring there's no big space under the small of the back. Engage your core and relax your hands at your side. We're going to take one leg circle, so let's lengthen the leg and begin rotating. Keeping that core robust and strong, we're going to move the leg in a smooth circle. Exhale half a circle, inhale half a circle. Try to get as much movement, as much circle as we can here, keeping the opposite leg glued to the floor. No movement at that other knee. We're breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in. Relax your shoulders. And draw the leg towards the chest, hands to the back of the knee, just for a small stretch. Lengthen out the opposite leg. Try to push your knee down to the mat and relax. Let's take both knees into the chest for a squeeze and release one at a time. Find your neutral spine position once more and take the opposite leg to full extension. Begin your circle, starting small to begin maybe, and just seeing if you can go wider, higher, and lower when it comes round again. We want to exhale half a circle, inhale half a circle. Making sure your hips don't move and that static leg stays strong. Really press the sole of the foot into the mat. Breathing out, breathing in. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. Take that knee towards your chest for a stretch. And then we'll lengthen the opposite leg too, trying to push your thigh down towards the mat to get a double stretch on both sides here. Let's just bring both knees back to the start position. We're going to take a scissors exercise next here, so lengthen one leg to the ceiling, the other leg along the floor. One hand behind the knee for a little pulse. So we've got pulse, 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 pulse. We want to change, so it's quite quick here. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Really intense core work here, but also trying to get that hamstring stretch at the same time. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Keep your chin off of your chest and fold the knees. Relax your neck down and just squeeze the knees to the chest. Gives a lovely release around the lower back. Relax the knees back out one at a time and take the knee behind, hands behind the knee, draw it towards your chest. And we'll do the same on the opposite side. Take yourself up to sitting, and we're just going to turn to the front this time. Fold one knee underneath you and stretch the other one out behind. You want to make sure that this front leg, that the hip stays on the floor, and just fold your chest over the top of it. Pushing the opposite hip down into the floor as well to get a hip flexor stretch. And to make it more intense, walk your hands towards your toes. Keep trying to get a little bit lower and a little bit lower. Breathe out, just enjoy the stretch here. Work your hands back to the centre and slowly come out of the stretch. We'll swap the legs around, so one leg to the front, send the other leg out behind you. Inhale and exhale, slowly lower over that knee. Try and get your forehead and your chest right down towards the mat. The back hip is still aiming towards the floor. And for more intensity, walk the fingertips towards your toes. Still pushing your weight backwards, aiming your pelvis down towards the mat. We'll rise up from here and fold one leg over the top of the other. If this is too uncomfortable on your hips, you can sit cross-legged. We're going to reach high and reach forwards. This is a really nice one for the hips. Nice but intense, so just go gentle. Slowly reverse and let's swap the legs over. Inhale, reach tall, and exhale, stretch forward. Try to glue your hip bones to the mat so it's more intense and getting a bigger stretch here. Just breathe out, lower a little bit further. We're going to come onto all fours just to finish off here. Take one hand underneath and then open up to the ceiling. This is called thread the needle, and it's a really lovely chest opening stretch. Inhale, thread through, and exhale, open to the ceiling. You want to get as much opening as you can from the shoulders, the chest, the rib cage, right down to your waist. So really draw this top arm over and come back. We'll do the same on the opposite side. Inhale, thread through, and exhale, open to the ceiling. You want to try and stack your shoulders on top of each other. Really pull that top arm as far back as you can. Come back onto all fours and let's take one last child's pose. Just spread the fingertips, hip bones over your toes, and breathe out. And just enjoy this last stretch of your workout today.